We almost had a riot, Jerry. Remember when the ECW invaded us in Philadelphia with the boys, not with the crowd?
Yeah.
I was going to bring that up, John, and I'm glad you brought it up. Go ahead with
Me
the
too.
question. But
Yeah.
Meanie, I want to say this is the closest I ever came to really kicking Bruce Pritchard's ass was this night. Was you involved? I mean, when I found out, I mean, you could ask Bruce.
Well,
I think Bruce was scared to death. I was ready to kill him.
It was me and Savio Vega in a Caribbean strap match. And so the Bruce smartened up Savio to what was going to happen. That the Sandman was going to spit the beer on Savio. And he said, the one thing you do, he said, is grab the cowboy and don't let him go over the rail because
No shit.
And so, but right before I went out, Lanza didn't want to take the risk of, I don't know why they wouldn't, I'm not smarting me up to this, and he turned to me, he goes, hey, if anything happens, don't go over the rail. And I said, Jack, you wouldn't tell me if anything happens if something isn't going to happen. And he said, well, I'm just telling you, something could happen in the one corner with Savio. And if it does happen, just understand it's part of the show. And so when we went out of the ring, Savio went over there and we went on the wrong side. Savio goes, no, we got to go over here. And right then I realized this is where the spot's got to be about to happen. And so when it happened, Savio put the rope around me. He didn't know Lanza had smartened me up. And he goes, just stay here with me. Stay here with me. It's okay. Let's go back in the ring. But by then I'd figured, I knew that was all part of the show. But the boys in the back had gone to Gorilla and they were just about to head out.
I did.
Nobody else was smartened up.
I did go out.
Did you?
Was you there, Brian? Was you there?
No, I was not there. Actually, I was at Raven's house watching it. And we had an idea something was going to happen. He was like, yeah, I heard, Paulie and Tommy and Dreamer are going to be at ringside. And then I guess for extra, their form of security, we had other guys placed in the building. Perry Saturn was there. A couple other guys were there in case, I don't know if it would ever happen, if the boys hit and they come to protect us or whatever, something like that. But we watched it and we're just like amazed that it happened. And then the next night in Hershey, Taz comes down with the sign and hops the rail during the Bulldog match, the tag match with Sabu Fierce Taz sign. But what was the atmosphere in the locker room like when you went to the back? Like,
as soon as we got back, Lanza smartened up the guys when they came up because by then nobody could stooge off what it was going to happen because it already happened. So Taker and the boys apparently were coming out of the dressing room. I was in the ring with Savio and Lanza meets them there and goes, guys, it's a work. And right away, the guys were pretty pissed off. They weren't smartened up to it. But at that point, it's not Tommy Dreamer and Bubba and those guys and Paulie. It's, it's part of the show.
So they kind of.
I was this close to Tommy Dreamer, and Bruce grabbed me and said, "No, it's a work." And at that time, I turned to Bruce like I was going to kill him. I literally was going to kill Bruce Pritchard.
Do you still want to?
Yeah.
Because if you do, I'd be fine.
I don't think anybody would miss him either.
So Jerry, you'd gone out you out in the arena?
Yeah, as a Philly, at that Spectrum.
I didn't know you were out there. I just because
I made it out to. I don't know how about that. I noticed something kind of funny because I was the only one out there. When Bruce, of course, was out there, and I mean, who's Bruce going to stop? To be truthful, nobody, right? So my brother needed some backup. My brother Bruce needed some backup, so I made it out there, and I was. Right when I got there, I guess Dream or something, I'd push Bruce. And when I saw that, I was headed over. Bruce grabbed me. No, it's a work. And at that moment there, I lost it with Bruce, man. And by the time we got to the back, they had to separate us, man. I think he's still scared to this day. Well, I didn't have a clue. That was the greatest thing that, in my experience, that I ever had seen, because nobody knew about it except you and Savio and Bruce and Vince and the truck and the ECW guys. I noticed when I come out there, several of the ECW guys' eyes got pretty damn big, and like you don't know, you know.
Yeah, and
But
I don't
Tommy
think
was close enough in my reach where I could have killed him if Bruce had to stop me.
I talked to Bubba since. I don't think they knew that I was smartened up. They may have known Savio was. I'm not sure. But
This is the first time I learned that you were smart enough, because
yeah,
when you watch it, your reaction looks genuine. Like you're walking towards Sandman, like it's like, oof. You know, and Savio saves the day.